3 million people have died from this pandemic, and that should cause us to explore all possibilities.
The fact that the Biden administration will not confront them on the origins of this and hold them accountable is really disrespectful to every American that lost a loved one as a result of the worst pandemic of our lifetime.
With 589,920 dead Americans, at what point does President Biden say, we don't want to wait for the WHO. We don't know what they're doing. This needs to be an American-led effort to get to the bottom of what happened.
You may notice there's been an intensive effort by those on the right to advance a theory about COVID's origins from a lab called the Wuhan Institute of Virology in China. And this notion, called the lab leak hypothesis by some, is not, I got to say, it's not completely insane. Though we do not really have any actual, direct, concrete evidence for it being the case. But the idea, as reflected in the reporting from the Wall Street Journal yesterday, is that some employees of the Wuhan Institute, a place that studies these kinds of viruses, right? Viruses in animals, ones that cross over to humans, that some of those folks were hospitalized in the fall of 2019, which would be very, very early in the development of the epidemic, with COVID-like symptoms. Now, because that lab was studying coronaviruses in animals that might cross over to humans, as had happened in other cases, in SARS, for instance, the theory is that if, through a tragic accident, right, one of those employees, this is not a bioweapons lab, right? These are public health workers who are trying to get their arms around this, that one of those employees ended up contracting one of those animal-borne viruses in that lab, that maybe they are the vector by which it was released into the general population and would then go on to become COVID-19. Now, as I said, there are some suggestive data points, like this new Wall Street Journal reporting, that makes it at least plausible. It's not impossible. There was some early speculation that it was a bioweapon, but that's just implausible. The genomic sequencing tells us it's not. Okay, but in terms of where it started, did it start in a market, in a food market, among some animals there, or in this virology lab? The World Health Organization said no hypothesis is off the table. The real answer is we really just do not know concretely for a bunch of reasons, partly because the Chinese government is not exactly touring everyone through the origins of this thing. But it's all kind of indicative of this strange narrative-first approach of so much of the conservative media's coverage of the virus in the beginning. I mean, since January of last year, right, we've seen these bizarre twists and turns in the coverage, which always seem to put some ideologically useful, polarizing story first, like the Chinese government is bad, or our heroic president has found the miracle cure in a malaria drug, rather than any attempt to just in good faith assess what is happening with a complicated and deadly once-in-a-century pandemic. And that impulse, that's pretty ubiquitous, and it can be contagious for all of us. The most important rule to follow with COVID or anything else, right, is just to try, in good faith, with diligence and rigor and curiosity, to assemble the best picture of knowledge you can. What are the facts in the world? And then see what the social and political implications are after you have a handle on that. And that way you don't end up with these bizarre contradictions that if it was the Chinese government that unleashed COVID, well, then it's horrible and more proof of the irredeemability of the Chinese Communist Party. But also, COVID is really not that bad and liberals are crazy for overreacting. It's just the flu, right? The narrative first failures of right-wing media during this pandemic, I think, have tangibly degraded the nation's ability both to govern itself and fight off pandemics. But it is not exclusive to them. Those impulses suffuse all of us, and I'm speaking about myself here, right, that do this for a living. It should be an object lesson to all of us, not to let ourselves view the world primarily as through a set of facts that may or may not be conveniently marshaled for a specific political end.